This edition of Hold Your Applause Podcast is brought to you by Reba's Rescue. Located in Chesapeake, Virginia, they are a one-stop shop for your pet and new family member needs. You can foster, you can adopt, and the facility is clean, it's beautiful, and you will feel really good about going in there and finding a new forever friend. You can find them online at www.rebasrescue.com. That's REBAS rescue.com. We are also brought to you by Juggernaut Cookie Company. Please try our brand new Bells and Whistles shortbread cookie. If you love Girl Scout cookies, those shortbreads, what are they called? The turfoils, or that's what they're called, right? The Girl Scout cookie shortbreads.
Yeah.
These are those
they're
times
awesome.
10. They're really good, and we have
Two
promo
different
code
ways.
Bells and Whistles 10 will save you 10% if you go to www.cookiehunk.com and order. We have two flavors, like Brittany just told you. We have the chocolate chip and we have the birthday cake. Cake. It's not even my birthday. Anyway, check them out at www.cookiehunk.com. Again, use that promo code Bells and Whistles 10 to save 10% on your order. Welcome to another edition of the Hold Your Applause Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Antoine Britt, and this is my lovely co-host rocking the lavender today, Brittany, the Shitney Daniels. What's up, Britt? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You have a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is today? Wednesday?
It's Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah,
Same
it's been
day.
good. How about you?
It's pretty good. It was a busy weekend coming off the birthday weekend, so, I had a little bit of a chance to...
Speaking of which...
What birthday? Uh-oh.
It's not even your birthday. And then why didn't you tell us, and why didn't they hear from you?
Well, there was
What were you doing?
I got sick. Remember, I got sick.
Okay,
We didn't
that's
record. We actually didn't record last week because I had a terrible head cold, and you'll probably hear some of the,
As a man.
the residual.
No, it's okay.
As a man, what you about to say? I was being a baby when I was sick. Is that what you about to say?
No, I mean...
You better not. Don't start early. Don't start early today.
I was
girl.
just asking about your week. Your birthday week.
It was good. 46. 46 looks good on your boy. I just gotta say.
I thought you... What? Huh.
Yeah. You thought I was what? You thought I was younger? Yeah, I get that a lot.
Huh. I mean, you look about, I would say 38.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's my age. I can't. Okay.
Yeah.
So 42.
That's how I look, 42.
No, you look young with your new haircut.
Okay.
But since
Appreciate that.
no one can see you.
My metabolic age is
you
like
have not-
31.
Okay.
Seriously.
When was the last time you got that tested?
Like
Years ago.
6 years ago.
It doesn't stand true.
No, well,
So-
relatively speaking. So I got it when I was 35 and my metabolic age was 28.
Okay, we get it. But that doesn't stand true to today. Because I literally go get yearly physicals. Last year, my doctor...
Said that you had...
No.
Go ahead.
I was thinking about what she said to me this year. So I got a physical last year. And then when I went into my physical a few weeks ago, she was like, I'm glad you gained weight. Because last year you had the body fat of an Olympian. Which is not a good thing.
What?
An Olympian.
Power walker?
I don't know.
You know this Olympic sport.
Honestly, if you're in the Olympics in any way, you have to be pretty fit. I mean, you're in the top, whatever.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean...
Did I ever tell you the bobsled story?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So I was approached this was years ago. This was, I want to say 2012, something like that, to be on the Olympic bobsled team. And I was like,
I love that.
Why would that even be a thing for me? And so evidently in bobsledding, only one person has to be talented. You just need like big, strong, athletic, guys that kind of, push the bobsled. But only one person really has to have the skill to steer. And of course, you got to like lean here, lean there. But now looking back on it, I wish I would have done it. I think that would have been a cool experience.
Wasn't there a whole movie about this? Or am I dreaming? Maybe I'm dreaming. A bobsledding team. I don't know.
The Cool Runnings.
Yes!
The Jamaican bobsled.
That's it. I am thinking. I mean, I grew up on that. Yes, Cool Runnings. Yes, because I'm like, am I making this up in my own mind? I mean, I haven't seen it since I was 9.
Old. Yeah, that's an old movie.
But I would sit down and my parents would watch it multiple times a week. Yeah. Don't know why.
I was watching, you know how they having all of the promos for the Olympic Games coming up, and God, I do every time I think about someone's name, I forget about it as soon as I think about what I want to say. But the Olympian, the woman that is like the best, she's like the best gymnast ever.
Gabby, I don't know who.
Is there any Gabby? What's her last name?
Is she from here?
Yeah, no, she's not from here. She's from America, but God.
Well, I know one girl's from here that got disqualified.
Yeah, what's the one that got disqualified because they say her
Gabby.
Routine was too difficult?
Well, the one that she's married to the
Packers player.
Yeah,
Gabby. That's her?
Yeah, the one that's like, I didn't know who she was. Bitch, you knew who she was. We don't know who you are.
I did see that she is coming up. She's going to be on the Olympic gymnastics team.
Oh, again?
Yeah, and she's
so she's
older.
Coming back. She's older. Like, oh yeah.
I mean, relatively speaking, in you know, high level gymnastics terms, she's older. But like. That's a guaranteed gold medal right there, right? Am I right? I mean,
honestly, it depends. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
age.
Simone Biles. Simone Biles. I'm sorry, I apologize because that's some bullshit.
What in the world?
I should definitely.
Where did I get Gabby from?
Because
Who is
Gabby she's like she was the younger girl that was really good. And she is from here.
Okay.
Gabby was from or used to live here in some capacity.
Okay.
But Simone Biles.
She married
and she actually was, and I don't, in the comments, explain the entire process to me because I don't remember the specifics, but she did get disqualified in a routine because her routine was too difficult. Basically, the judges were saying, your routine is too difficult and there's no way that no one else can replicate that. So there's no way we can judge that. So I was like, isn't that the fucking point? To be better than everyone else. And so she was DQ'd for that.
It's like a game of horse. Hey, you do it. I'm doing this. Do it back.
Yeah, so, but now, and then you have the runner Sha'Carri Richardson, right? That got disqualified last year for weed of all fucking things. And while there was a 4-year lag.
It's like I get it. Like if it's an upper. Okay.
I think it's
bullshit.
But it's
a downer.
The whole weed as it pertains to sports enhancement or performance enhancement is bullshit. I think it's just.
Well, weed's not going to give you anything. Any sport. I mean, if you.
Get munchies.
But it actually, I know, and you might say some things, but I used to work at some gyms, and people who had epilepsy would smoke pot before they would work out because it wouldn't make them
just kind of relax.
Yes.
How many people had epilepsy at this fucking gym?
Huh.
How many?
Maybe 2 out of I don't know, 2,000. Okay. But I'm saying, like, I was like, how are you smoking pot before? And they're like, well, it so they don't go into a seizure. So it calms their nerve, like, they're.
I get that.
And then I'm like, oh wow, huh. Yeah. Things you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what.
But it really is. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
nobody wants to take a pen out.
Things. I think when all like the Balco stuff happened and all the steroids and all the performance enhancement drugs that became more prevalent, I think that all these organizations just put like a blanket protocol in place, right, to cover everything. And no matter, like, it was a bunch of shit that people were taking that were in everyday supplements that were banned substances, and these people would lose
I feel like it's medical. Then I mean, smoking weed or whatever, doing whatever they need to do if they have epilepsy to work out so their muscles don't tense up and they don't have a seizure during a workout. I think that's relevant.
Sure.
An upper
100%.
That's going to give them the upper hand in a performance against
pun
other
intended.
people. Yeah,
Nothing. Go ahead.
then I feel like that could be, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
How old is Gabby?
Simone Biles. Jesus.
It's a joke.
Now when you fuck it up more than once, now
It's a
problem.
joke.
Whatever.
See?
Let's see. How old is Simone Biles?
I don't know. Her husband doesn't either. Is it the same girl that her husband... Is this Simone? No, Gabby.
She's 27. Oh, she's young.
So, I am just wondering, because there's been this whole controversy about the Olympian, is it Simone or is it Gabby? I think it's Gabby. Her
I don't
husband.
even know.
Who dates the football player?
Simone
Gabby.
Biles is married to a player for the Packers.
Okay, so it's him. He's
Okay.
like, I don't even know her.
Oh, he didn't know who she was before they started
Yeah.
dating? I can see that. Because some people don't watch the fucking Olympics. Some people don't watch gymnastics.
You don't have to watch it. Who watches it? Who watches like nobody? But you hear her name,
People watch it.
and I love.
I mean,
because there was
obviously people watch
a whole like army of women, of course, on
they went off.
the internet, and they were like, "Who is?" And they were like, "His name" instead of her name. Who is this guy?
Yeah,
because
he's a D, and I'm a Packers fan. So.
and he's like such a
John Owens.
and it was like she was in my DMs. We don't care.
I believe it. Why can't she be in his
No,
DMs?
it's fine by that, but it's just the fact that he was on a podcast saying, "I didn't know who she was."
That's
Already
okay.
engaged her. I think, yeah, but like, just I don't know. So there was a whole army behind her. Like,
I gotta hear the context.
I
too,
think it really
because
doesn't matter.
He was probably just saying
they
like,
probably don't care.
and he probably has honestly, but also I see what you're coming from, where you're coming from too, because he probably has hundreds of women dropping in his DMs, and this is the one that you ended up. And
what?
maybe he
ended up with?
I mean, no, that's the one he decided to pursue.
No.
Just happens to be an Olympian. But
Yeah.
you know how many like dozens of women are probably dropping into his DMs?
So
All of them are
supposedly
fucking
he didn't
Olympians.
know who she was, but everyone knew. I don't care. I didn't watch it. Most people didn't watch it. They heard her name. She was the main one. Like she was the Michael Phelps of
Sure,
gymnastics.
Yeah. No, she's
like that whole. So it's like, okay, shut up.
well,
I never heard of her.
Let him
What?
live. Let him
Maybe
live.
he was on the field. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. But anyway,
Maybe he had to make sure that she
I think they're
knew her
fine.
place.
I think people are getting it. Excuse me?
Jokes,
What'd you
y'all.
say?
Jokes. Because we're gonna get into that. Brittany, have you ever been gaslit?
Okay. Just now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what your definition?
What is gas? What does that mean
No,
to
that's what
you?
I'm about to ask you.
No, I just asked
by
you-
your definition, what is
No.
gaslighting?
My definition of gaslighting is me telling somebody what I found out to be the truth and them telling me in a very colorful way because they have some sort of hold on me or whatever. A different sort of truth that it's a lot. Like, hey, you did this is the truth. And then they're telling me it's a lie.
Yeah.
Or, hey, my reality is basically a lie.
Yeah.
When it
That's
really is
basic-
the truth.
That's basically
But
what it is.
they
like,
have this sort of unhealthy, like, I don't know, hold over my whole entire perception of anything. And I will believe them no matter what. How about you?
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I mean, if you want to get like super technical about
Yeah.
it, it's like the manipulating a person using like psychological means
Yeah.
to do so. I think we've all been is it gaslit, past tense? We've all been gaslighted, whatever. I think we all have been in relationships to where we have questioned the legitimacy of some of the things that our partner has said or done, right? I think that's pretty fair to say. If you've never been in one of those relationships, good job.
But I feel like
kudos.
It's always the same person that literally, it's like, hey, did you do this? No, I didn't. You're crazy. Huh? No, but it really says here that you did this. That's being, I mean, it's, but from the former person, it's like you believing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
So I guess there is an argument that one situation can be viewed multiple different ways. And just because you view it this way doesn't mean that I view it the same way. So I'm not really gaslighting you. I'm just saying that that's not what really happened. And
but there's a truth
and this is
truth.
why I feel, and they could be 100% lying, or they could legitimately feel that their view is the more accurate view based on the circumstances. But we're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to get into gaslighting and how that affects relationships. So stay tuned. If you haven't done it, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and iHeartRadio. So, quick review on 90 Day Fiancé. We were watching 90 Day Fiancé and MILF Manor. We're going to get into both of those. I just want to touch on 90 Day Fiancé real quick, because this show that we just watched, Big Ed and Liz, like, I feel like just finally called it quits. And it was fucking ugly.
Are they over?
Yes. As of right now, they are over. So they had, we talked about on a couple episodes ago, we talked about the fight that they had. Well, fast forward, and Big Ed is like, I don't want to be with you anymore. This is not going to work, blah, blah, blah. He just doesn't tell her this. He goes to the pastor, the wedding planner, and tells them that the wedding is off.
Could you imagine a guy like Big Ed saying, hey, we're done?
Mr. No Neck.
Go on. Go on.
So he doesn't tell her. He tells the wedding planner and the pastor, or who's gonna oversee the wedding, like, hey. And so they call Liz, and it's like, hey, I'm sorry to hear that the wedding's not going to happen. I hope everything's okay. So she finds out, like, from a third party, that her wedding is not going to happen. So that prompted a meetup after days of being apart, prompted a meetup between Liz and Big Ed. And Big Ed's just a fucking asshole, man. He's such a dick. And she has her daughter with her because they have her daughter for the summer, which is just a really fucked up way to handle things, knowing that her kid is there.
He brought her daughter with him?
No.
Okay.
But she had to bring her with him because
gotcha. And
they're in Arkansas with his family, his home, and whatever. But he wants to meet her at I think it's a brewery, and she doesn't feel comfortable bringing her daughter to what she classifies as a brewery. I don't know if it's a brewery or distillery, whatever. It's a bar, basically. Yeah. And so then that prompts another fight between them, but she's trying to express how she feels about the situation. Which she wants to be able to have a conversation, just you and I, and talk about what our issues are, and then move on. See if we are going to move on, we need to move on, and we both need to have an understanding of how we got here and where we're going to go from here. But she doesn't feel comfortable bringing her daughter there, so they set up another meeting, and I think that's where we left off last night. And like, Big Ed's just like a huge asshole, and he is. But also, Liz makes it really easy for him to just basically just drag her through the mud. Like, she's very I try not to call any woman weak, or because I know we all come from different backgrounds, and we learn different skills and social skills growing up based on the environment that we come from, right? Some people come from an environment where fighting wasn't a thing. Conflict wasn't a thing. So they don't learn how to resolve conflict, right?
Yeah.
You know,
well, most men can be that way too.
Sure.
So it's like they just brush it on the rug. Like, okay, or just
sure, yeah, right, yeah. But I feel like Liz, and like you touched on it, Big Ed is probably not the guy that anyone should be fucking chasing after, but she is like fighting tooth and nail to keep this relationship together, and he's just like, nah. Well, I just think it's over.
If she were emotionally intelligent, and I feel like I hate saying that, but if she had just like, if she gets some help and she has her tools in her, like, this is who he preys on, is honestly is just women who don't know, they're lost, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just emotionally just not okay.
Do you think that's part of the reason why he goes for younger women? Because usually younger women haven't.
I don't think it matters about the age. I think it just matters about their life and where they are and what they do with it. But I feel like, I don't know. I mean, like, I just don't get it because I'm like, what? I mean, hopefully when she watches it back, she's like, oh my God, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then, like, it gets like, oh my God, I need to go talk to someone and get those, like, okay. I mean, he'll never get it right.
Yeah, I feel like
just
it's
narcissist.
It's hard. Like,
and I don't even know
he's almost
about
like 60 years old.
About what? Like, dude.
Well, because he's insecure, and insecure people, like they say, hurt people, right? And so
they prey on people who they know that they are just don't have it together. They're lost. So they're like, I'm going to prey on these weak parts of you, make you trust me, and then I'm going to snatch you, and then over time,
just kind of like where emotionally beat you down. Yeah. No, I agree. Have you personally ever been in a relationship to where you felt like you were the one that was like fighting tooth and nail to keep the relationship together, and you wanted to continue to be with someone because you genuinely felt like you had love and you were in love with that person, and you saw that in your head that this relationship could work, but that person just was not putting forward the same effort as you are?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
All right.
How about you?
I think that the majority of us have been in relationships where so the short answer is yes. I have been in a relationship like that, but it was spurts of it. It wasn't like a continuous trying to make the relationship work. It was more me trying to prove to myself by making her believe that we can make this relationship work. Does that make sense? Like, you know, because everyone fights, everyone has disagreements. It's like there's no relationship out there that you don't have disagreements.
But in hindsight, you're like, oh my God, thank God that didn't work.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
because it was,
yeah.
But
yeah. I can honestly say that I don't have any relationship or past relationships that I wish had worked out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, who does?
Yeah. I mean, some people do. A lot of people do.
I mean, if they're in a good, healthy relationship, I hope they wouldn't. Like, oh God, I wish.
But some people are in a good, healthy relationship, and some people are in a good, healthy relationship, but they always have like that one that got away. Like,
are we sure?
Yeah, come on.
What does that really mean, though? The one that got away.
I mean, it means a lot of different things for a lot of different people.
I feel like it's more a movie.
No, I mean, some people feel like there's somebody in their life that they might have, you know, it was a premature breakup, or they did that person wrong and it didn't work out, and you wish, and it could have worked, or like they really like shit on him or shit on them or her, and they felt like they could have done so many different things better. Maybe they cheated and wish they hadn't. Like, there's
I guess.
Yeah, there's I feel like that's a lot of people out there. Wow,
everyone out there who is it for you?
Who is it for me?
Yeah.
Well, you.
I'm just kidding. I was saying for everyone.
So going back to being in a relationship where one person is feel like they're bearing the majority of the emotional load, do you feel like that even if you were, let's just say we're going to put you in that situation where you're, carrying the emotional load and you're trying to make it work. Do you feel like if that relationship were to work, that you would be satisfied? Like, because you did all this work, you talked them into coming back, you made it work. Like now you're back together and everything's.
So it's the one that got away.
No. We're going back to where you're in a relationship and you're trying to make a relationship work. You're fighting and it's on the cusp of ending, and you're just trying to make it work. You're fighting tooth and nail to help that person, your significant other, believe that, hey, we can make this work. Yeah. And they come closer to your side and they say, okay, let's make it work. The dynamic of the relationship doesn't change then, right? There's still the dynamic is the same. Do you feel like, well, shit, why did I fight so hard? Now that I got what I want, do I really want it?
I think it's a two-way street, 100%. In a relationship, both people have to go 100% in. And then I don't feel like it's one person fighting 100% for the other nothing or whatever. I feel like if you're in a committed relationship, you have to both be in it 100%. And then that's it. Like, I don't know. What was the question? If we're fighting.
She started rambling, y'all.
Sorry.
But I do have a segue, though.
Yeah.
Do you think that in a relationship where there's turmoil like that, where there's kind of like an on again and off again, and one person in the relationship is trying to be emotionally healthier, or at least you're trying to make the relationship work in a way that promotes some sort of emotional health, do you think that chasing that relationship is a betrayal of you and what you need out of it in a way that say for example, you and Joe Schmo break up, right?
Don't mention him. I told you never to mention him.
Joe Schmo you and Joe Schmo broke up because Joe Schmo cheated.
Yeah.
Joe Schmo, but you're still in love with Joe Schmo. So you talk him into, you go back and forth. I love you. I really want this to work. I forgive you. Let's make it work. And
he cheated on me.
Yeah, and Joe Schmo says, all right.
I'd fucking be out of there.
This is a hypothetical.
Hypothetically.
So you talk Joe Schmo into coming back. Joe Schmo comes back.
Yeah.
And now but the dynamic of the relationship is still the same. Right? So the threat of further cheating could go on. Because this is how people, I'm just being realistic because this is how people think. He's like, I got her. Like, no matter what I do, she ain't going nowhere. It's like that type of scenario.
So it's like he's trying to win me back with all this.
He didn't try to win you back. That was you. You were doing all that. You were trying to win him back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hypothetically, I would never do that. Like, let's get real. Like, so hypothetically, as me, I would never do that. But hypothetically, if a woman, what? I feel like it would have to be the other way around.
No, he cheated, but she still wants a relationship to maintain.
I feel like when most men cheat, they love on their spouses or their significant other more.
You feel that way?
I know 100% sure because they have this like guilt.
Huh.
If it's not like, if they don't naturally always do it and it just comes out of nowhere, like, oh my God, love bombing. Mm-hmm. Love bombing on your spouse when it, like, you were non-existent. Like, you haven't been intimate in months and then all of a sudden, whoa, the love starts pouring in. What have you done?
Really?
That's when, When you know, you know.
Man, I don't know. I think I feel differently from just speaking from a man's standpoint.
I feel like men feel guilty if they're love bombing and they are I haven't been cheated on much, but I've been cheated on quite a few times where I've taken notice. And then also friends, I'm like, aha, got you. But I feel like most people do anyway. If they're trying to keep a relationship alive, oh my God, don't leave me in case you find out. Love bomb you. That's it.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I feel like when you cheat on someone, you become distant because you're cheating on that person for a reason. Like there's something that you feel like there's something
right
you're lacking.
So I'm saying
you find it somewhere else.
Right.
And so you become distant with that person.
Yes. And then so I'm saying like you're distant with that person for like, okay, a month. If you're with them because you're cheating on them, then you're like, oh my God, they could find out, whatever. Love bomb on the person you're with. It's true. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like us as humans aren't as complex as we make them out to be sometimes. I feel like when people cheat, it's because they feel like they're lacking something. Now, that thing that they're lacking could be just a construct that's in their head, right? It might be nothing. It may be zero control from the spouse to be able to change anything. Like it could be 100%. I'm lacking something.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you. The problem is that most people either one can't articulate that, or two have so much of an ego they don't want to deal with conflict or the potential of conflict, that they don't want to go to their spouse and say, look, this is some things that I'm missing, and we either need to break up or we need help. We need to talk.
That's what I'm saying. Those empty parts is when they're cheating, and then when the cheating, like the person they're cheating with, it goes dry, then they go. It's clear as day. I don't know. Because they're like, oh my God, I feel bad. Because, oh my God. Because everything it is true. It's like, it doesn't have really anything. Obviously, it has something that they're lacking with the relationship, but mostly internally with themselves. Like they're not secure, or it's just a mess. They don't have good communication. I don't know.
Really? Have you, and this is just me asking questions, have you ever, or have you known anyone, this might be a better question, have you known anyone that was just so beat up by the relationship and the way that their spouse was treating them, and they were so depressed and so upset on such a consistent basis that they would internalize that. They would be like, well, shit, maybe he should, or maybe she should cheat on me. I ain't shit. I'm always this, or I'm always upset, or I'm always. If I were them, I would cheat on me too. And they start to take on that type of that mentality because they totally discount the fact that it's the actions of that person that put you in this place in the first place. So
have I ever known anyone like that?
Yeah. Or have you ever been?
I've never been like that.
You never projected onto yourself the things that were going on in your relationship negatively.
I would never say, hey, yeah, I'm such a terrible person, you should have done this. Hell no.
Because some people do think this way.
Yeah,
100% people think this way.
That's very sad.
It is sad. And
I want to hug them. No, I would never. I want to. Meeting you at dawn, we'll ride together with machetes.
Okay. Turns to violence immediately.
Well, I mean, that's sad. That's a sad. No, I've never had any, but I've never felt that way, and I've never. Have you?
Me not. I think I just have too big of an ego.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
But no, but
Just-
besides your ego,
but
if your ego, hey,
But ego's not all bad though.
it's not.
You
But
know,
without
it's
it,
not having-
what would you think?
as long as you have it balanced. But there's a huge spectrum with that too. So it might not be as severe as, man, that motherfucker should have cheated on me because I ain't shit, or for whatever reason. It could be.
Hey,
It could be as slight. It could be as slight as this person broke up with me, or they want to break up with me, or they cheated on me. What's wrong with me? Like, what did I do? You know.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be. It doesn't have to be as extreme as.
So I thought you were talking about in a relationship, like you asked the question of like, oh yeah, I get it. He should have cheated on me, but not like he should have broken up with me. That's a different story.
Yeah, well, again, it's a broad
Because cheating
spectrum.
on me, like no way, like he should have done that. That's sad. Like no.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts? I like how like what was your lowest? Like what was your worst breakup? Your worst heartache that literally,
Oh, man.
gosh, put you in bed.
Oh God, man, my worst.
Have you
breakup.
had one, Mr. Antoine Brett? I don't know if he's ever had a heartbreak.
Man, oh yeah, I've definitely had a heartbreak.
Without a Rolodex next to his bed. Oh. You don't have
Man,
any?
I think.
I mean, it could be in
honestly,
high school, middle
I think
school,
it was.
whatever.
I think it was high school.
You know,
I think
just
my
something.
worst breakup was actually.
You don't have to give names.
And I'm definitely not giving names.
I'm gonna look you up.
But it was like in 9th grade. It was in
What
9th
she look
grade.
like?
I
No,
mean,
just kidding.
but yeah, it was one of those things. I was young. I had like it was 14 years old. You have no idea what love is. You just you think you do, and you have all these butterflies and you have these feelings.
Yeah,
And
but those are the best.
and she like moved away.
God,
She moved away.
and that was it.
That was it. She was
So
actually
anticlimactic. Like
I mean, it was a whole lead up to it. There was, but
That's okay.
and we actually like reconnected like later on in high school. Like when I was able to drive, I think in my junior year, I went to visit her, and everything was cool. It was just kind of one of those things to where like she was like the first, and they say
first
the first is the worst. The first one that you kind of like
yeah.
feel like you're in love with.
I still have my first.
You still have your first what? STD.
What?
No, go ahead.
You can't say that. What?
She's like, nah, I got rid of that one.
No.
You still have your first what, Brittany?
Goodness gracious.
Uh,
We don't know anymore. What in the world? What? You can't say that. Delete it. Issues. I'm clean. Like, what?
It's jokes. You don't have to fucking confirm that you're clean. No one.
Do I not?
You don't.
Okay.
Man, but yeah, I mean, it's first love, quote unquote. You feel all the things.
But was
as
it
you're a
really
kid.
your first, though? If you think about it, look back and be like, did I really? Because I think about my crushes, which I really call them in middle school, high school, where I was like, oh my gosh, I wrote their names all over my like binders. Like their last name was my last name. It was weird. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in love with them. But then I look back and I'm like, oh no. But I appreciate it was a crush.
Yeah. This one was. And I didn't have many crushes.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't either.
Yeah,
but.
I didn't have many. It was kind of one of those
Yeah.
things. I guess I was just I was an athlete. I was more focused on
I
that.
thought you were the Big Mac.
I was chubby my freshman year.
Okay.
Maybe
Same year
it might be part of the reason why she.
Oh, that's sad.
I was like kind of like football athletic though. You know, I was a big boy. I was a defensive
You're
lineman.
charismatic.
So, but
anyway,
damn, Brittany, brutal, yo.
I'm just literally trying to lay down the facts. I remember everything.
Nah, but yeah, but that was it for me. And you know, actually, the rest of high school, when it came to that, I consider pretty uneventful.
Aw. So sad.
Seriously, man.
Yeah.
But
that's good for you.
But you on the other hand,
it just went up.
You are the reason why like boys or moms tell their sons like stay away from that girl.
Yeah,
She's
probably.
crazy.
But I'm really not. I just I can't defend myself anymore. I've got 2 sons, but I was like boy crazy.
Yeah.
But not with any guy in my high school or middle school. They were all like, I think I swear I was going to marry this guy. I think he went, because I was all the way in Chesapeake. This guy was in Norview. One guy was in Granby. One guy was in Bayside.
Good God.
Yeah, there was a bunch. And I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then my whole world ended when they were like, hey, we got other girlfriends that go to their school. And I'm like, oh. And then that was the end of our legacy. And I'm still friends with them on Facebook.
I wouldn't have told you.
Yeah, no, but I felt like my world ended in those days.
So that was a crush. But
I thought then I was in love with him. Looking back, it was crush. Even in high school.
Man.
Love with my high school boyfriend, senior year. Loved him. Crush. But, I mean, you give the love. I mean, that was pure love, though. I don't even know any other. I would love to give that sort of like, oh my God. That was it.
Really? Like those butterflies?
Because it was there was no it was just love. I don't know. I feel like there's so many things that get in the way these days, like other people. We got social media.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my, I wrote letters, pages of letters.
God, you were the worst.
I failed so many classes. My mom was like, stop writing boys. I was like, I can't.
Dude.
I am literally, this is my insurance policy. Like, look.
Man, I would get a letter like that, and I got, letters here and there in high school, and I was like, fuck, I gotta read this shit.
I used to give like 3 pages.
I know, I bet you did.
I spent
single space, like cursive writing.
No, it was bad. I used to write in black ink and then go over it with a different color. It was weird. And I would fold it up like a little, like one of those little.
Like a dove? What the fuck? What?
No, like, do you know when he would do those things where he'd like
crochet?
So you would be like, hey, pick a
the
floor.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, a bunch of I would do weird, but I was like invested. Like that's all I was investing my time in was loving on these guys. I got in so much trouble over just like they're like, do your homework. I can't. I've got stuff to do. That's what I did, and I swear I really did. And that's why I am. I mean, I really invested my time. You're welcome. I loved you all equally. I really did. But no, I really did.
Are you like that as an adult?
Yeah.
In relationship?
I give it all. No, I'm a little. No, I've gotten hurt over the years, so I'm more
a little jaded, a little bit.
I mean, yeah, but no, I'm not like that as an adult. I mean, do you see Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what the question is, but
yeah, I definitely feel like that's more of a female trait, right?
Yeah.
Because a guy couldn't do that. Guy, he's going to juvie for stalking ASAP. If, you know,
But this is pre-internet. This is this is when you had to buy internet minutes on AOL. Like, this was pre-MySpace. This was pre all of it. So I had to write them letters. I'm like, who was your girlfriend? They were like, another girl. I'm like, oh my God. And I had to rewrite another letter being like, I am better. Because I had I swear to God, because it really was. I had to, so I'm like,
God, I bet you were knucking futz, dude.
My parents were at their, they were like, stop. I'm like, I'm invested. So yeah, I was definitely always in love with somebody every single. But it really was, because you never knew. I would call their house phone. Their parents would pick up, and they'd be like, "Stop calling." Multiple times.
Stop calling.
They would.
And you kept calling
or
them?
at dinner. Well, I'd be like, if they didn't answer, but it would be like, when you had an answer machine. And then
you kept leaving a message on or you would hang up
but
and
it
call
would
right
say
back.
the number that was saying calling, but they'd be like, we're eating dinner. I'm like, is Chris there? Stop calling. And I would wait 10 minutes. I swear to God, I did. I don't know. I had no. Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh God, that is so funny. If I
The
was
rejection.
If I was a 15-year-old boy, I would be scared to death of you.
And I feel like that's the generation of, me and my friends. It doesn't scare me. Nothing scares me. The rejection of your parent, I don't care.
So
I'm gonna keep going.
So they said, "Don't call here again." You would just
Multiple
call
times.
back.
No, so multiple parents would be like, "Hey, we're eating dinner. Stop calling." I'm like, "Oh," because as a kid, you don't think, "Oh, it's a parent's number." You just think it's the guy.
It's the whole household's number.
You're not thinking that.
You're not.
Well, eventually I did. Eventually, yeah.
Man, I bet.
Guys used to break up with me on my family's answering machine. Hey, Brittany, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. So when you go to the skating rink tonight, don't look at me. And he'd be like, oh.
The skating rink, is that when you guys went? Hey,
well, I mean, this was different guy. This was a different guy. But. I mean, it was multiple. I mean, I swear it was a generational thing.
I don't know about that.
Was it just me?
Yeah, I think you're fucking psycho. No, you're not psycho.
I mean, but it was internet. How are we supposed to contact each other? Answer your phone. I don't care if you're eating dinner.
Did you ever buy anybody a pager? Here, answer this pager when I call. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I did. No, I didn't buy one. But I did have pagers, and I would send codes.
Yeah, what code? Like boob?
Like
411.
I love you. 412. 4.
God.
4. I don't know what it was. 143. 411 is definitely an informational.
You probably scarred some young men.
No, I think they've definitely scarred me. But it's for the best, because I've seen most of their.
Man, did any of them ever come and watch you play basketball? Just curious, asking for a friend.
Huh. Only my current boyfriends then.
Man, so it leads me into the second part of the question. A manifestation. Do you think that taking on the stress from an unhealthy relationship can manifest itself in a physical way, i.e., hair loss, acne,
like me, yeah,
things like that? You think?
I do.
Yeah, I cramping, stomach aches, all of that. Yeah.
No, I think you can get a physical sickness from just being unhappy in a. Especially just being in an environment I actually feel like most people's bodies can actually reject another, like if they're intimate, it just can't, I don't know.
Reject another person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you're like, oh my God, like
pheromones,
something's
the
wrong.
way they smell,
Yeah.
the way yeah, sure, yeah.
I do.
Have you ever been in that situation? And so if yes, what is it? Is it a very particular feeling?
I've never been. I've been in a few instances in long-term relationships where I'm like, something's just not right.
Mm-hmm.
Where things were okay physically, like, you know, just like not even talking about like health-wise, and I'm like, something's just not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Either they're doing something or just like we're not syncing anymore. Like our bodies are just not.
And so you're saying when you started to feel this way, you started to have some physical.
Oh yeah.
Really?
100%.
Huh. Okay.
I know when I'm stressed. I'm like a 15-year-old girl, acne everywhere.
Really? But the feeling is still there, right? So even before you start to get any physical symptoms of that stress, you still know, you know something's wrong. And so how do you approach what you think the issue is before it even gets that far?
I don't think people really know. I mean, if they're in it, I feel like they don't know because it's new. And if it's the first time that they're dealing with it, I feel like it has to be multiple times, and they're like, okay, this is odd. I don't know. What about you?
I've never been in a relationship to where I would take on any physical symptoms of stress.
Yeah.
Are you
ever stressed?
With that being said, I have been in relationships where it was stress, and I would get like anxiety. Like I had, so I had one major relationship, long-term relationship, longish, where she was super controlling over any time that I would spend where she wasn't included. And so, like, you know this.
What do you mean?
You know my friend group. Me and my friend group are very close, and we have been since high school. And we get together once a month, and we'll go play poker over my buddy Mike's house. Yeah. If you know me, you know Mike 9 times out of 10. And it became like, hey, it was a very normal thing.
Like she knew where you were.
This weekend. And it wasn't like we were going to the bar or going to the club or anything. We were going in his home, in his garage that he had all decked out. Yeah. And we would go and we play poker and drink and, and just chill. And very slowly, as the relationship became more serious, she started having more and more problems with me going over there.
But was it over there or anywhere?
Just spending time with the guys.
That's weird.
And spending time with the guys. And a lot of these situations, the girls they would come, like the girls would be inside, the guys would be outside playing poker. Yeah. It was kind of one of those things. Yeah. But that wasn't all the time. It was like our thing.
Yeah.
So and I started getting anxious about telling her, like, look, this is the 3rd Saturday of the month. We're going to go play poker, whatever. And so it would turn into like a game. It would like a month away from when we were going to go do it. I was like, hey, me and the boys will probably get together and play, poker on,
again.
Yeah.
The same.
In a month, in a few weeks. It's just like, okay, cool, fine. It's awesome. Cool. Have fun. Another week would go by. I would remind her, remember, we're going to play poker with the boys. And she's like, huh, okay. All right.
That's it, like that.
Yeah, huh, okay. All right. Next week goes by. Hey, remember, next weekend we're going to play poker with the boys. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's right.
We're busy.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. And then leave. And then like the Thursday or Friday before we actually go play, and all of a sudden she would come up. How often is too often for a guy to go out without his girl with him? And it would be like little shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, here we go again, type thing. So it got to the point actually got to the point where my friends would make fun of me because
I love that. I actually love that.
They would make fun of me because these are like my best friends, and I would confide in them and it's like, hey, this is
Kidding
something.
them out because it's like they always knew. I actually like that you had that in your life because thank God.
Yeah, I tell you, man, and maybe it just one of those things that just come with longevity, because again, we've been friends longer than we've been, we've been friends longer in our life than we haven't been friends, if that makes sense. And we were friends at 15 years old, so, but yeah, and so they're super authentic, and I can share this stuff with them, and they would come up to me. I mean, it's like, because we have a group text, and group text would be like, hey, we're going to play poker, this come in, whatever. And they'd be like, Twan, you got anxiety? You got anxiety yet, Twan? Because you got to tell. It was brutal. But it was so ridiculous.
So what did you do about it? How'd you handle that? Or you can't say.
Well, it became, all right.
Well, it probably wasn't even about that situation. It was probably about something else.
Yeah,
just about insecurities.
Because
like,
it's very rarely
to, see you.
Yeah, it's very rarely about that situation. Yeah. It's usually coming from another place. But that's when it turned. Around that time, it turned into, all right, let's invite the girls over too. Let the girls, and all the girls got along pretty well.
Were you nervous about that? We're like, oh God, mine's the worst.
Because she was great. She was great in front of other people.
She was great. You're like, are you a nerd? Like, are you a sociopath?
Her front was.
Were you nervous about that?
On 1,000. No, because I didn't care. Like, I was out of the crib. I was playing poker. I
would have loved to have met you at this point in your life because. Wow.
Yeah.
How relatable.
Yeah, it was. When she would get over there, and it would be, she'd be fine, get along, laugh, and people saw through it, but not enough to bring attention to it. They knew, but they're not. Not enough to bring attention to it, and so that's when we actually started doing that and invited, the ladies over, and then at one point I was just like, fuck it. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, and I've always been a pretty like stand-up dude. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated in any facet of my life, be it romantic relationships, friendships, so on and so forth. So I would consider myself a good spouse, boyfriend, whatever. And so what did you do? So at one point I was just like, fuck it, this is what we're doing. Every third Saturday we get together, we're going to play poker. This is just what it is. We put the fights on TV and we play poker, and this is just...
And what is that? It's like one Saturday, like what?
Yeah.
And any woman, I'd be like, go. I need either alone time or girl time. Go and stay. Yeah. Go, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and healthy, like, go. Scat.
Yeah.
Away. Yeah. They would love it.
I think it just comes down to, again, just being honest about where you are and what you expect. It probably had nothing to do with you. It
probably had something to do with another, like, okay, where are you really track me?
Yeah, you just gotta.
That's annoying.
You just gotta be honest. Yeah. Just say, hey, this is, and that's when I finally did. I stopped trying to put a Band-Aid on it and just did the surgery. I was just like, this is what we're going to do. Like, I enjoy hanging out with my friends. You know where the fuck I am. Come,
Yeah.
And
come over.
So.
Drive by, see my car.
Needless to say that relationship didn't work out.
It didn't? Oh, my God. Aww.
So, tears what it is.
Sorry about it.
So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I do need to ask you a question.
Oh, shit. Is it G-rated? Can you ask this on air?
Yeah. What was the question? Oh, crap. What was the question?
Oh, man.
Yes.
Lucky you forgot.
What is your biggest turn on?
My biggest turn on? Mm-hmm. Physically or like?
It doesn't matter. No, initially.
Initially? Butt and legs.
Okay. Well.
Like
okay,
the whole butt to leg ratio.
I didn't mean, okay.
No?
Okay. No.
Yeah.
He said no.
It's
it's
like
okay.
the whole butt to leg ratio.
That's how we know men just are driven physically.
Yeah, well, you don't know anything else about them until you see them, right? You don't even get a chance to talk to them.
I mean, are they walking away from you?
You see them first before you get to talk to them.
Are they walking away from you? That's fine.
Nah, you can tell. You can tell, though.
Hey, it's your answer.
No, you can tell, though.
Hey,
even if they're facing you, can tell they got a nice butt.
Okay. We don't know that until we touch it. Honestly, a nice butt in a pair of leggings or jeans can be a lie. And once you feel it and once you see it, it could be a different story.
Yeah. I mean, leggings can make... let's be real.
So let's go down that. I mean...
Leggings can make wet spaghetti look good.
Yeah, I'm a woman. We all know.
That's the whole point of leggings. But you can tell,
But it's like a push-up bra. Like, okay, she got nice boobs. And then you take it off and then...
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
But,
all women are beautiful.
Yeah, all people are beautiful, Brittany.
No, just women. And men who decide to be women.
No, but yeah, it's like the ass to leg ratio.
Okay, so that's your number one turn on.
Yeah. And then when you talk to yeah, I mean, you gotta have
that's it. You only have
big
one.
legs, and but this is the thing.
It.
You can't have one without the other. You ever see women who have butt implants, and you can always tell because
legs.
they have big butt, but then their hamstrings are non-existent.
No ham tie.
Yeah. That's a turn off, but yeah,
that's a hard. Honestly. Okay. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, God.
Ass and legs? Same?
Antoine, I would say the biggest turn on for me would probably be honesty.
God damn it. I knew she was going to come with some bullshit like this. Now, let's get the real answer.
No, it's really true. Or I mean, if I were going to sit down at dinner with someone that I didn't know, it wouldn't be ass and legs. I'd be like, or a big, I'm not looking at, I'm already going to know that he's sort of fit. Doesn't matter. I would say respectful to the waiter, waitress, whatever.
That's important.
Yes.
For sure. That's super important.
I always look for that. Like, hey, if you are being kind to waitstaff or servers, 100%.
That's to be up there. That should be
that's
like
number
high
one.
on the list.
If I don't know you, and that's always been, hey, tip good, be respectful, please and thank you. Don't say give, ugh.
That's what we should do.
What?
Next podcast, we should do top 5 turn-ons and turn-offs.
Okay. We'll get to that then. Okay. Because I got a bunch. But it doesn't really, I mean, yours is, I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, I like a nice, my favorite part of a man is his backside. All the way from his back to his calves. Love a man with good calves. Don't see many. I don't. And when I see one, I'm like, ugh.
But is the calf something that's, I mean, maybe for you?
It's a weird thing. So whenever, it doesn't matter what he looks like, but I'm like, oh my gosh, kill me. Because I've seen, trust me, in my day, there's one person that I know that has really nice calves. And I'm like, ugh, your legs are amazing. But I'm like, okay. Then that's it. And I gotta who
was it going to tell us?
No. But in my mind, I'm thinking it, and then I don't know. So yeah, no, I admire a guy's back, but I love a guy with a nice ass. But calves, back.
Okay.
Shoulders.
All right. And then honesty. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And honesty and respectfulness.
MILF Manor season 2. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, have you been keeping up, Britt?
Yes.
Man, that show is crazy. So again, quick refresh. Refresh. The ladies are middle-aged, so about Brittany's age, somewhere between the ages of 40 and 59. And the boys are somewhere between
The
like
boys.
20. They're like
No,
20.
they're 21 to like 29.
Yeah.
They're not even in their 30s.
Yeah.
It's gross.
And the dads of those boys are in.
I'm telling you what, the man from England, send me away. Send me away.
The man from England. Oh, with the all white hair, going bald, all that. Yeah.
Don't care. That body, that accent.
You like the accents, huh?
I don't know.
I do
he's
love
a
British
nice.
accent.
He's a nice man. I'd be like, look, you like nice guy. Actually, his son's a nice guy too.
They seem like they're nice.
He is. His
people.
son actually is so, I feel like, mature, and it's so weird that he's going for
Really?
that crazy one.
Yeah, because it's the polar opposite of what Barbie is her
I feel
name.
like that's what
Because
always happens.
it's the polar opposite of what he is. So that's what you go for. Opposites attract, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like a British accent though. I think my Alexa has
are.
a British accent. My Siri,
Yeah.
hello, Antoine. Hello.
Did you give them our info?
We'll give it to him.
We need them.
But what's the lady with so Barbie and I forgot this woman, short hair,
Oh yeah.
black lady. They're having beef because this lady is like really like just basically claiming every guy. Like if she likes him, she's like, "Oh, you belong to me. Don't talk to anyone else." You know, it's like that's not the point of the show.
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to go in here and look for multiple. You know, see who we vibe with, right? So,
I mean, that was a typical girl fight. It was weird. Nothing really happened. I feel like, honestly, it happens often. And even when you get older, that was like, nothing really even happened then. Like, it would be fun if, like, somebody hit someone or she threw a drink in her face.
Yeah,
but
that'd
she
be
just
awesome.
smashed it and walked away because she's probably done worse things and she realized, like, okay, I don't need another assault charge.
Yeah, they need to take a note out of the book of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. They don't give a fuck, dude.
Well, it's because they are getting paid a lot of money to bring the drama.
They don't give
But
a
women,
shit.
when you get a lot of women together, even on bachelorette trips, even if they're all friends, if you're drinking, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because
a
there's
bunch of
just
women together,
too many,
somebody's always going to have.
there's just too many. It doesn't mean with each other, but there's going to be some drama.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that shit don't happen with dudes.
I've been on multiple, I mean, like, I've had the weirdest things. Like, I mean, things I can't even talk about that have happened on bachelorette trips. I'm like, what? And then you just don't talk about them anymore. But I mean, you have to think about it. Women are emotional.
Yeah.
Emotionally
and
driven.
You add alcohol to that too.
And they're angry. Someone's angry at someone's done something. I mean, it's a mess.
Have you ever fought with a friend over or an associate or acquaintance over a guy?
No. I haven't had many boyfriends. I've only had a few.
What happened to all these guys from high school that you wrote letters to? You didn't date any of them?
No, I mean, I've had a few, but I would write them and then, no. Okay, so.
So you wrote all these letters and none of them panned out?
No. Okay, so let me explain myself. I've had literally a handful of boyfriends.
A handful as in like 5?
10.
2 handfuls.
I mean, it depends how big your hands are. 20, 25.
Okay.
No, I don't know. What's your question? I'm literally... No, I've never fought over... Actually, yes, I have. But not fought. And I don't even know if I have my rights to say. But senior year of high school... Yeah, I can say this because nobody cares. We're all married. The guy that I was interested in senior year of high school, he was like the main guy. Everyone loved him. Smartest guy, great at all sports, whatever. And then my friend also liked him. He was interested in both of us. And what I said to him, I was like, you know what? You'll like, he even said to me, he was like, I'm having a tough choice of picking because we're all 17. It's like, and at that age, you're like, okay, we don't even know what we're doing. And I was like, you know what? Pick whoever you want to pick. And he told his mom that, and he was like, pick Brittany because, and then the other girl was like, if you don't pick me, she was crazy. You should be like all the reasons why. And I was like, hey, you just choose whoever you want to. Whatever. If it's me, it's me. If it's not, it's cool. We'll still be friends. And I said that. And the mom was like, hey, pick. And that's the reason.
And the mom told him to pick you.
Yes.
Because you said that. Cause you
but
can't.
also, the parents owned a counseling place, a huge one.
A counseling place?
Like a therapy. Like
oh,
a
gotcha,
huge,
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And probably because they were like, oh my God, this is most. But don't know why. I was like, you know what? But he said that to me, and I was thinking, like at that age, I'm like, you know what? She was one of my good friends. I was like, hey, just let me know what you decide. But she went on a tangent, like, hey.
So you didn't fight, but you didn't get into it
I didn't
with
fight
this girl.
for it, but he picked me. Only for that reason.
How long did you guys date?
I don't want to talk about that. The loss of my life. What? He's single now.
Man. He's single now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You know all this after 30 years? Wow.
Well, I mean, he's been single for a while. Actually, I mean, he's not married. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
Uh-oh. She's about to go write some letters. She's about to write some letters.
No, he's a good guy. But we dated for about we were prom queen and prom king. That's going to give it away.
Wow.
We did it for, a good part of it.
You were prom queen at your school?
Yeah. What?
Huh, nothing.
Huh.
Oh, man.
I was on the running for a homecoming queen too. But I lost that one. Yeah, I was class president, Antoine. What?
You were class get the fuck now. You're lying.
I swear to God.
What did you run on?
Google me.
What was your platform?
I said my aunt owns. I just said my aunt is vice president of AAA. We can get a discount on a cruise. And they all just voted for me. Yeah, I did. Yeah, and then we made posters with cruise ships. And then, yeah, we all got discounts, and I won. Yeah, so, hey, that's it.
Class president.
And then he broke up with me.
Aw.
He was like, hey.
You okay?
We're done. I said, okay.
Wow,
I cried for about 5 minutes, but yeah.
Man, high school takes you through the ringer, man, emotionally. Yeah, so, MILF Manor. If you haven't started tuning in, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good watch. Coming on TLC. Sunday?
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. And what were
10?
the 5?
That shit comes on at 10 o'clock, though.
I watch it on.
You gotta go for the long haul.
You stay up?
Yeah.
God, you're old. How late do you stay up?
Well, it's right after 90 Day Fiancé, so I'm already like watching TV. So that's the latest I stay up.
How late?
Midnight on Sunday.
That's late.
And then, yeah.
Midnight?
I think it's a 2-hour show. Or is it an hour show? Might be an hour show. Sorry, 11. So. Huh. Yes, any parting or departing words, departing. He's pretty rubbing off on me. Any parting words, y'all? Or you?
There's multiple of me, but no, from
where can they
either
find
of
you?
us.
If they want your Instagram, your OnlyFans, your TikTok, your Tinder.
I do not have an OnlyFans or a Tinder. FYI. Legally, Antoine, I do not. But I do have an Instagram.
Yeah.
It's called Brittany Daniels. BRITTANY. Write it down.
Okay.
And then Facebook. I don't even know. Brittany Augustine.
Brittany Augustine Facebook.
I think it's Britt Augustine. But
Is it Britt Augustine?
Yeah.
You can
How about you?
find me at Antoine the Juggernaut on Instagram, Antoine Britt on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. Make it real easy for y'all. Next week, tune in because we're going to be talking about top 5 most and least attractive things in a person, amongst other things. On behalf of Britt Daniels and myself, Antoine Britt, we thank you for tuning in. We will see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Come back, please. Bye. 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 Don't leave me. Don't leave me.